Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with an absolutely atrocious, appalling performance of Ravel's epic, masterful ballet, Pancreas and Cilia. Oops. I mean, Daphnis and Chloë, except that in this recording, it might as well be Pancreas and Cilia, because it sounds more like some sort of digestive problem than it does, Daphnis and Chloë. Actually, this is with John Wilson and the Sinfonia of London and the Sinfonia of London Chorus. These are pickup ensembles, and it sounds like he picked them up, like maybe he found the Sinfonia of London Chorus in the underground, like during a particularly difficult time when the subways or the trains or whatever they call them weren't running and their tubes were tied and the chorus was moaning. That's what they're doing. Or maybe, well, we'll get to this in a second. I saw an absolutely awful performance of Daphnis and Chloë that I thought would never be surpassed for horribleness. It, of course, featured Simon Rattle, yes, and the City of Birmingham Symphony live at Carnegie Hall. He did the complete ballet without the chorus, which is a problem, especially in those interludes, that interlude, which is just for the chorus, It was a dreadful performance, and it was matched by an equally dreadful performance on the first half of the program of Nielsen's Third Symphony. Talk about an incompatible pairing. It's like putting chocolate sauce on asparagus or something. It was just horrendous. And I really thought I would never hear anything worse. Well, surprise, you can never, there's always a lower level to sink to. And this sinks to a really low level. Now, Wilson did a previous Ravel disc that I reviewed at ClassicsToday.com relatively favorably. It had some good things in it, a very nice performance of Ma Mère Loire and a very good bolero. But this, oh my God, everything that can go wrong goes wrong. I don't mean it goes wrong accidentally. I mean it goes wrong intentionally, because Wilson hasn't a clue what he's doing in this music. Not a clue. And I'm not saying that as a matter of opinion. It ain't. It's an objective fact. If by objective we mean paying some sort of attention to what Ravel himself wrote in the score of Pancreas and Cilia. I mean Daphnis and Chloë, sorry. Let's just give you a little example, okay? Here's the beginning, right at the beginning, and it's marked lent. See lent right there? Lent. That means slow. This isn't slow. This isn't slow at all. It's humming along from the very beginning. But then you get to it says, when you're getting to the first big climax, animé progressivement jusqu'au très modéré, which means get progressively livelier up to very moderate. Very moderate. Get the very moderate. And then we get to very moderate, and then finally we get to the danse religieuse. See right there? That's the danse religieuse, which is marked modéré, moderately. Well, there's no change, because the moderately is basically just as fast as the opening lent. The slow and moderate are pretty much the same. And then, it gets even juicier. We get to the next bit, which is, let's see, they're dancing and prancing, and that's what they do. And there it comes. They go a little slower, and then they return to modéré, and then finally, or that's slow from the beginning, and then we get to the general dance bit, which is marked, here it is, at figure 17. Now, what does that say? Can you see that? Let me see. You should be able to see. Yes, there it is. It says vif. Vif means quick. Quick. Vivace. Lively. Quick. No, he is not only not vivace, he is slower than the modéré. Or that's what it sounds like. Because, everything's in different rhythm. But what you basically have is something that sounds like it's going even slower than the lent at the very beginning of the piece. Never mind the modéré. So the whole thing is just a static mess. And so it goes tempo-wise for most of the piece. But beyond that, we have to deal with the fact that the orchestra sounds awful. The solo winds are lousy. The main melodic lines and motives in the brass get buried. The chorus and orchestra are horribly balanced. They disappear when things get loud. It just becomes a muddle. And then at other times when it's quiet, they're too loud. And it's totally unatmospheric, as in the choral interlude between parts, 1 and 2. The scene in the pirate camp. Oh, the scene in the pirate camp. It is so unbrutal. Not brutal, disbrutal. I don't know what's the word for it. It has no bite. None at all. The recording's not very good. There's the bass is weak. It sounds like, I hate to say it, a pickup ensemble. And that, and you could say, hey, Hurwitz, you're prejudging because it's a pickup ensemble. No, it's not it at all. I know that they're not playing well because he's not conducting it well, and they just don't sound comfortable. So the scene in the pirate camp sucks. It just has no bite. The Chloe's dance of supplication or whatever that thing is, boadum, boadum. For me, that's the weakest part of the whole ballet because it just repeats that over and over again. And at least that's quick because everything is supposed to be slow is quick and everything that's supposed to be quick is slow. We've already established that, right? So she supplicates rather zippily. It's not very supplicatory, but it's more suppository, I think. But in any case, he gets it over with. The apparition of Pan goes nowhere. I mean, there's no two big tam-tam crashes in the piece. Nah, they're not there. And then we get to the lever du jour, the beautiful sunrise, the most glorious music of the whole ballet, and one of the iconic bits of 20th century orchestration. It's just so many movie composers stole from it, right? This is, again, we're back to it should be slow, but it's not. It's too fast. It has no rapture. It has no sex appeal. Well, it's sexless. Of course it's sexless. I mean, look at who we're dealing with. But it just has nothing, no sensuality, nothing. Then the little pantomime bit with all the flutes gets through it, and we get to the final dance, which is supposed to be, an orgy, an orgasmic explosion of, the chorus sounding completely uninterested, and the playing totally pedestrian, and the conducting, the climax is not climaxing. It's just dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. What on earth does Chandos see in this guy? He's not getting good sonics. He's not working with first-class ensembles. And he doesn't know the music. He has nothing to say in this, a piece that has been recorded magnificently by, well, how shall we make the list? Boulez twice, Dutoit, Martinon, Munch, Monteux, Dutoit, did I say him? There's plenty of fine Daphne running around, or Daphnises, or whatever they're called, running around, and in very, very good sound, and they're all better than this, and this is just a complete waste of plastic. I don't get it at all. And so, avoid it like death. You are wasting your time, you are wasting your money, and even if you're one of those people who says, oh, if Hurwitz hates it, I'll probably love it, or I want to listen to it because it can't really be that bad. Yeah, it can be, and it is. Sorry. Keep on listening, friends. Take care.